After entering, he sees the slaves. Actually, seeing people being kept at a place like this is making him angry all over again. "Are there any more people locked up?" he asks. The slave trader replies, saying no, these are all the people he has. Zed notices that there are no blondes, no young slaves either, as young slaves are expensive. He thinks that Lisa was probably already sold or taken somewhere bigger. So for now, they need to track down that slave trader called DeVito. But before that, he wants to do something. He tells the trader that he will give him the last change to act like a human being. He orders the trader to bring all the money from the vault, and the keys to the cells too. Then, locks him up, saying that the trader himself should also experience the joy of being locked up. After that, Zed moves all of them to a safe. In return, all of the slave blesses and tells thanks to Zed for saving them. Zed also distributed the slavers' entire fortune to the rescued slaves, and the knights guided them to stay at a proper lodging. While eating with them, he listened to their life stories. Talking with people who have lived through a lot can bring unexpected information. A person named Gordon introduces himself. He says that he used to serve as an assistant for the Cherville family. After the family collapsed, he somehow ended up here. "You served the Cherville family?" Zed asks, because he thought they were annihilated. Gordon says that it was pure luck that he survived. About Cherville family. If Arahan is famous among mages, then Cherville was revered among blacksmiths. In their heyday, people would flock just to get a Cherville artifact. But then, they were destroyed by the Empire for treason. Now their name is barely whispered in history. This wasn't just true in history, but also in the game Zed knows. No heirs remain to pass on their legendary craft. For the Empire still at war with beasts, this was a huge loss. Gordon states that their glory days are all in the past. Zed says that it's such a shame. If Cherville's craft continued, amazing artifacts would exist today, while thinking that it's a loss for him too. Gordon suddenly starts to whisper. He says that there is something he wants to say to Sir Zed and to him only. He asks Zed to keep it a secret. Then, they both decided to talk in a private place. "What?" Zed shouts surprisingly as he gets to know the fact that the true heir of Cherville, Lacto, is still alive. Gordon tells Zed to lower his voice. "Where is Lacto now?" Zed asks. Gordon replies that Lacto's chief assistant died in his place. They swapped clothes and burned the body to make sure no one could recognize it. It all went as planned, and Lacto has been hiding in Myers now. Zed thinks that this is nuclear-level information. But even if he's alive, being a fugitive makes meeting him nearly impossible. He says thanks to Gordon for sharing this info with him. Moreover, he says that one day he hopes that he will get to meet Sir Lacto. After having this conversation, both of them gets back inside. After some time, Ryu sighs as he eats. Zed tells him not to be too upset, since today's slaver was just a small fry. He reassures Ryu by saying that they will find more clues tomorrow at DeVito's place. "Wait a minute, sir. Did you just say DeVito?" Gordon asks. Zed replies saying yes. Gordon shouts saying that DeVito's place is on another level than where they were held, and DeVito has strong people to back him. Zed smiles as he says that no matter how big his backers, he has Bahal's knights with him. Gordon replies that DeVito's connections reach all across the Empire. There are even rumors his biggest client is Arahant. For a moment, Zed gets shocked. He tries to dodge topic by saying, "No way." Why would Arahant bother coming all the way to the south? Gordon explains that there is a clear reason. An enemy's loss is their gain. Taking all the slaves would hurt the southern noble families, including Bahal. Zed thinks that if it's Arahant. That sounds plausible. Could the Black Mirror Corps be protecting DeVito? He wonders. If it is, then this isn't just dealing with a slaver. It could spark a silent war between Bahal and Arahant. Zed notices that Ryu is worried that he is putting himself at risk. He tells Ryu not to worry too much since he is not doing this just because of Ryu, but also because it's the right thing to do. Zed says that he is just following his beliefs. The next day, at DeVito's slave market, Zed walks inside all by himself and asks, "Where's DeVito?" The people who are guarding this place gets offended. They says that this is place where even the nobles gets their heads cracked open. But in the next moment, as they see that the person standing in front of them is an arahant, they all get on their knees and ask for mercy since they didn't recognize the young master of the arahant. Zed wonders whether the guy at the back is DeVito. After noticing for a second, he realizes that this guy is not DeVito. Judging by the clothes, he's just a lackey. But to react like that, he must be Black Mirror course. Zed hoped not, but it's real. Then a cocky person in the second floor shows himself what brings such a noble guest to a dirty place like this. "Heard you wrecked Harbor's slave market yesterday?" he asks while getting down. Zed notices that this guy isn't impressed by Arahant's name, so he must be DeVito. DeVito says that he figured Zed wouldn't dare show up, but now sees that he was wrong, since Zed is gutsier than he was thought or maybe just ignorant. Zed speaks that, as of today, Arahant cuts ties with this slave company, and now he will be taking all the remaining slaves. DeVito laughs. He says that since he has a noble guest in his place, he won't kill his guest, he would just give his guest a life lesson. Zed starts to calculate his moves because it can't be helped. Luckily, there's only one Black Mirror Corps member here. He wonders how strong he is. If he's around Fifth Circle, it should be Doble. If Zed strikes first and take him down, surround the building. Zed hears a familiar sound. Squad 1 and 2, breach the building and kill them all. In the name of the Emperor's decree. These orders are given by Torres as he makes an entry. "What is Lord Bahal doing here?" DeVito asks, while being shocked. He sees a surge of energy in the form of a swing, coming right at him. He immediately ducks down and sees the head of the Black Mirror Corps member, lying in front of him. Torres speaks. "Slave trader DeVito, you are under arrest for the crime of illegal kidnapping, detaining the powerless, and tarnishing Bahal's honor by committing filthy acts in its southern region. Moreover, he says that as the Lord of Bahal, he will sever DeVito's limbs to make an example of him." DeVito gets confused since he can't fathom what is happening to him right now. He finds it absurd that the two eyes that should be directing malice towards each other are now both directing it towards him. He asks for forgiveness, but it was too late as both of his arms and legs gets chopped by Torres. Zed thanks Torres for his perfect timing. "But what was that earlier about the Emperor's decree?" he asks. Torres explains that it's exactly as it sounds. The Emperor issued a decree to eradicate the slave traders. So Zed asks whether Torres dealt with the other slave traders too. Torres replies on behalf of the Emperor that they sent night squads to all of them. According to the information, this place was the most prominent, so Torres came personally. "By the way, what are you doing here? Zed, don't tell me you plan to take down DeVito alone?" he asks. Zed replies by saying yes, because there was something he needed to check. After hearing it, Torres tells Zed that unlocking mana at his age is impressive, but he is still not at a level to do such things alone, so don't overdo it. Zed thinks that the Emperor's decree came at a convenient timing. That said, he also knows that the Arahant won't just let this slide. He notices that unlike the others, this guy has a resigned look. Did he not fight back because he couldn't or because he didn't want to? Zed wonders. If it's the latter, that's some serious loyalty to the Arahant bloodline, Zed thinks. At that moment, a knight comes with the info that they have found the slaves in the basement. After some time, both Torres and Zed, along with Ryu, goes to the basement. The knight, informs that they have estimated that 600 people are here. Torres gives them the order to bring any blonde girl they found to Ryu. Ryu notices a blonde girl and calls her, but in the next moment, he sees that it's not his sister, Lisa. Zed notices that about 500 of people have come out so far. So, Lisa maybe not be here either? He thinks that it's a disgusting fact, but young girls are expensive and popular. So there's a chance she's already been sold. He tells Ryu not to give up. The knight mentions that unfortunately that the slaves that just left were the last ones. While hearing it, Ryu feels mixed emotions. He is upset while also being frightened of not finding his sister. Lord Torres, as per the decree, will escort the rescued slaves to the imperial palace. The knight speaks. Torres gives him the permission. He tries to lighten the mood by saying that since both Zed and Ryu worked hard today, they should get some rest. In the meantime, the knights and him will continue cracking down on slave traders tomorrow, so Ryu will find his sister soon. At that moment, the horse suddenly jumps, and a little blonde girl gets startled, and she falls to the ground. Torres goes to help her, while telling his horse that it shouldn't startle someone when it sees that they're right next to it. "Are you okay?" he asks, but to his surprise, he sees that she is a blonde girl. Zed asks Ryu whether he saw a girl like this earlier. Both of them looks at each other at the same time, and the girl calls Ryu brother. Both of the siblings finally met. Zed smiles as he says that she must have gone unnoticed because of the hood. They almost missed her, but thanks to that horse they found her. While saying this, he sees that Torres is crying, seeing the heartfelt reunion of the siblings. So, he teases Torres for it, and Torres calls Zed a cold-hearted guy. After that, Torres gives party to all of them. He tells them to enjoy their meals and drinks to their heart's content, since tonight's meal is on him. Lisa seems surprised to see the exquisite meal in front of her. Torres humbly serves Lisa. He tells her not to hold back and eat comfortable. Lisa bows her head down to express her gratitude. Torres tells her that she doesn't need to be formal, since Ryu is his friend, and so does she. He tells her, while pointing at Zed, that she can think of that guy like a real brother. Although he's cold, but he's a decent guy. Meanwhile, Zed thinks at 40, he is with a 15-year-old friend and his 13-year-old sister. It feels kinda weird. Ryu, while serving another piece of meat to Lisa, tells her that if she wants more, she should just say, and her brother will get it for her. Ryu brags, saying that his friends are super rich, and he bets that he is the only commoner here who is being friends with both Bahal and Arahant. Just like that, the conversation between the young siblings made the atmosphere livelier than ever. Perhaps this was the first peaceful day Zed experienced since entering this world, but it didn't last long. A knight, who is also the vice-captain of the Bahal's knights named Philip, enters the restaurant, hurriedly as if he has some news and orders of grave importance to follow. "Why are you here?" Vice-captain Torres asks. Philip replies that he came here, urgently, because of the Lord's declaration. Torres says that he wasn't informed of any specific orders, so he wants to know what the declaration is about. Without answering, first, Philip unshields his swords and points it at Zed. Judging by Zed's expression, he already predicted what is going to happen after this. He sighs, thinking that he just wanted this day to be a peaceful one, but it seems that's not happening. Philip speaks on behalf of his lord, that the Lord has ordered Arahant to be brought to him immediately.